digest. I use that as a pun. This world premiere. Any initial thoughts, reactions?
Yeah, I get it.
You get it? Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yeah.
look like the age of my children. I'm wondering how you
I was just asked that over here. That's so funny. Well, I was just thinking about this. I hang out with a lot of people who are a lot older than me. So I tend to write for characters that are older than me, just sort of instinctively. I tend to write for specific people in theory, whether they end up doing the work or not. So I end up writing for people I know, and they happen to be older than me, and so it's really a function of that, and also though I'm younger than these characters, I certainly am familiar with stagnation and what that feels like. And so for me, with this in particular, it was really just about that idea through the voices of these people I know pretty well, if that answers your question.
Thanks.
And yeah? Okay.
Any other thoughts, questions, comments? Yes, go ahead.
The hitting of the deer, my husband had commented that the visceral reaction to the deer was that kind of a wake up. What was the deer event supposed to be? Like a wake up call, like a
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the deer. I've been, giving this anecdote recently that it was a real thing that happened. A very good friend of mine, who's an actress who is an actress who I had initially written the play for, hit a deer on her way to her house in the Poconos, and had this very intense conversation with her friend who was in the car with her about who was going to put the thing out of its misery, and who was willing to do it and who wasn't willing to do it. And I was really struck by what was revealed about their relationship and about them individually by this moment of truth, such as it is. And that it freaked her out. And to the degree that she was eager to talk to me about it. And so that's really, yeah, a wake-up call of sorts, and also a kind of a moment of truth, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Garret thinks a lot.
I do.
Catalyst that kind of got your action started.
Yeah, catalyst. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Exciting incident.
Yes, absolutely.
I hate to be an English teacher.
No, that works. Yeah.
The death spiral conversations rang really true. You know, they started out being kind of sensible and then fell apart. But why did you have such a crappy deer?
What do you? Can you?
Was the deer body so crappy on purpose? And it almost was falling off. And I would like a little bit more realistic stiff deer.
Oh.
Wow. We would too.
Yeah.
I can't speak to that.
We talked to the person who designed this deer, designed for it to be to move realistically, and at that point in time, rigor mortis would not set in that quickly.
Right.
So it would still be very floppy and very and that's why it was important, because he has stage directions in the script that say.
Oh yeah, that's on me.
That no. That the deer talks.
Oh yeah.
But he says, of course, it doesn't talk. It's dead. So I think if it were like this prop or something that didn't have some element of life to it, then we don't buy it as a being that was hit and then died, therefore extending the metaphor of what is going to happen.
Okay.
Also, I think what's that?
It's been on stage for 3 weeks too.
Yeah, sure. And I think people carrying around a floppy dead deer is sort of funny.
Yes.
Well, more Shakespearean, he's a real deer.
To use a real deer?
Yeah.
I know, there was some, the PETA, it was an issue. Yeah.
Speaking
But
of,
in the movie, it'll be.
yeah, just like the moon landing.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Speaking of the deer talking, did you voice over the deer talking to each other?
We both did, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I thought so.
That's in the script.
That's
That the
also
person
on.
who is not on stage voices the deer,
Yeah,
and that
it was
is
them talking to each other through the deer.
yeah, and it's sort of a psychological projection.
Yes, awesome.
Was that pre-recorded or was it original time?
What do you think?
No.
I went back and forth. I was like, pre-recorded? No, original time.
It's pre-recorded.
Really?
Excellent timing.
Originally, we were gonna do it live, but a decision was made at some point to record it. Which I actually am kinda glad for, because it would have been difficult to do all that and hold still.
You were both standing behind.
Yeah, that was
That's
actually
us.
us. And it
Oh,
would've-
really?
Oh, you were physically there?
I thought it was a projection.
Is that cut out?
No, that is us.
That was us.
That is us standing there quietly. Yeah.
Because originally, we were gonna stand there with a microphone
my God.
and voice that
But
live.
neither of us could keep our bodies still. We wanted to
It would have
act
been
our
difficult to
parts.
act and not to move, you know.
Oh, fascinating.
And
I
he
thought
wanted
last.
us-
Oh, sorry.
Well, Garrett wanted us
Garrett, that's-
still. Garrett
Yeah.
didn't want us gesticulating, he didn't want us to be, which I think is right. I mean, I think it would have been really weird if we'd been up there like,
Yeah.
because then it would have seemed as if we really were
Right.
talking to the other person. But of course, it's not really, half the stuff that the deer says when I'm the deer is not stuff I would have said to her, it's stuff she would have said to herself, like the rape nightmares, which I probably am completely unaware of, you know.
I think it would have taken focus off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would have taken focus off
Yeah.
the deer,
You wouldn't
yeah.
know where to.
Yeah. Right, right.
I actually found that it was hard to tell that it was you, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name, the second time, because from where I'm sitting, it looked like you had sort of like a death look on, and I don't know if that's just where your hair fell.
It's where my
but-
hair falls.
Okay.
And they also are very particular about where my hair is. So she fixes it right before I go up
Oh,
there.
interesting, okay.
Well,
Yes.
Mike said the
pre-recorded.
female character reminded him of all my friends.
Oh. All right.
That's the reason I don't go to lunch with them anymore.
Yes.
That might be best.
Pre-recorded, that's what was bothering me, was that she thought it was a female, he thought it was a male, and yet they were talking in the opposite sex.
Did
And
so?
that bothered me.
So the
that's-
gender of the deer was an issue for you.
I was trying
Well,
to gender to it.
Their perception
Uh-huh.
of the gender of the deer,
Uh-huh.
whenever the other was talking,
Mm-hmm.
was wrong. If they were actually performing it live,
Uh-huh.
I would do that, but when they're recorded, I don't understand that.
And maybe you can speak to this as well. I think that has to do with the psychological break that's happened. I don't know that things making sense is the logical thing to do in this play.
No, I understand that, but conceptually, she would have heard, since she thought it was a female,
Uh-huh.
she would have heard a female voice rather than a male voice.
And that's completely valid. I think that the voice that is with her the most is Ken's voice. That is the voice that is constantly eating away. And the same with him. That is the voice he's constantly hearing, the belittling, the silence, the beating down. And that is the voice that's their inner monologue. The person inside talking to them is the other one. Before this event even happened, I